this back. Okay. Well, somebody's on. Is that you?
Now
3 people on. Woo! Good morning, Mojave Bohemian. And Kenneth Bailey. Hey, good morning. Oh, I should have the other thing. Oh. There's a delay when you have a second phone. And Kenneth Bailey. Hey, good morning. Oh, I should have the other. Here. Let's do this. It'll make it easier for me to see it. Or something. Yeah, so good Sunday morning. Okay, there we go. I am going to have a simply wonderful day. Okay, we are in Bend, Oregon. Yes. Look who's with me.
hello.
That is Greg, who sometimes is on with us. I went to church with him this morning. Different service. I'm not used to that kind of a church. But I'm glad when people live their beliefs and they don't kind of care. Wow. Wonderful going camping. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think just getting out and doing something is better than hoping and wishing and wanting and, sitting around. There was a time in my life, I'm going to use a comment. There was a time in my life when I felt like I was sitting around waiting to die. That is not fun. So not fun at all. So don't do that. I am kind of eating my breakfast with you guys out here in the park. Turkey jerky. Hickory smoke, yum. I had a couple of cups of coffee earlier. So I didn't really put any lead comments or description to tell you what I'm going to talk about today. But I thought what I would talk about in between bites of turkey jerky, I thought I'd talk about traveling on the road for one. I'll give you some updates. I'll give you some updates about what I know is going on near my home base, which does not sound nice. And there's a lot of people here in Bend. Hi, Iris. So I'm not really, yeah. I should also talk about why I love Overland Expos and the community at Overland Expos. The community of Overlanders is different from the community of van dwellers and van lifers. And so I do feel differently about the two communities. And I really enjoy the overlanders. I think they're, I hope I don't get backlash. I think they're just a hair more responsible. Um, I think that even though a lot of people think that overlanders just like have huge toys and spend lots of money, and I think that it comes with a lot of time. And when you have more time on the road, you know where your priorities lay or lie, and you're willing to put your investment of your money in a place that helps you to have more fun in your outdoor life. So I appreciate that even though when we start out in anything, we're not spending big amounts of money. We're budgeting, we're, you know, making do a lot using what we already have. But when we grow beyond that to understanding our own lifestyle choices, I wanted to adjust the camera, and I have this the thing so tight I can't unscrew it. Um, but yeah, I think there's a big difference in the two communities. Um, yes, happy 4th of July. Since I was a little kid, I haven't really done much 4th of July stuff. It's okay with me, but um, I forget about it a lot of times. Life goes on without me sometimes. Um, I feel that I have been very alone lately, and some of my very alone even has me just a tad bit um, lonely and uncomfortable in the loneliness. We had a really horrible storm yesterday here. Well, horrible to me. Three different times during the day, we had hail really bad. The first time I was sitting in the car, it had started to rain, and I thought, oh, I'll wait a minute before I go into a store just to look around. And the hail hit. I kept going, what is that sound? That's not rain. And then I looked, and the hail is bouncing off the ground in the parking lot. And then before you know it, the ground is white. And then what, 15, 20 minutes later, the sun's back out and it all, like, you know, disappeared. So, melted off. And then it happened three more times. And because of that, and because I was alone, I didn't feel like going back out to the forest I had been in and attempting to maneuver in the dark, finding another campsite and, whatever. So I just pulled into a parking lot, and unfortunately, the parking lot did not have signs saying that they were closed to like overnight camping or anything like that. But their security person talked to me later in the evening and said that they used to have trouble with homeless people. And so there's a city ordinance, and you can't sleep in your vehicle in a parking lot. Oh, I lost one of my earrings the other day, and I haven't found a new set of earrings yet. Oh well. Um, oh, people, please, little housekeeping things. If you have a question, please put a Q or two or three at the beginning of your comment so I noticed it's a question. Um, Greg was nice enough to set his phone up on the chat as well. So I'm able to see that off to the side a little different. That's kind of cool. Maybe I should get a second phone. Um, anyway, um, so you can overland in nearly any vehicle you want to. There's a guy on YouTube who has some kind of sedan. I can't remember what kind of sedan it is. I want to say it's a full size one. I want to say it's a Chevy something, but I don't remember. He has put larger tires on that sedan, and just to, for the fun of it, I guess, he's kind of a rural guy, but for the fun of it, he takes it out and tries to push it and see how far can he go with the thing. And there are people that overland with little Hondas and things. You can overland in anything. You'd learn how to drive, you learn where to place your tires. You just go. Um yeah, mountainous hail can be just crazy. I once was hiking on the Appalachian Trail and got to the bald of a mountain, and good lord, the hail was like golf balls and it hurt, and I didn't have any protection of trees and the lightning and the thunder and stuff, and it hitting so close to me, the ground shaking. I can see the steam, and I'm just going, God, don't let me die. And I'm running as fast as I can run. And that was a very, very scary thing. And it's still the traumatic response, the trigger comes back when I'm in a close by storm, when the crash and the flash of lightning is all at the same time. That really is weird. Let's see. I am feeling much better. I have been treating my back the way the doctor asked me to, and I am walking more. And it is truly, truly helping. Um, I hmm, so that's my health. My allergies, I noticed this morning that the seasonal allergies, my eyes are a little red still. Or off and on, they just get a little more red, which is a little annoying, but it's not harmful. So my nose has been running the last couple of days, but with the little bit of a storm, it probably kicked up some of the pollen, in the area I'm in, and so just around some things I'm not used to. Um, this has been a long, long, one more long trip. And I think I was wise to have built in some rest and some, you know, extra time just in case it was challenging for me. I have learned that there are some days when I should not drive. uh, Part of it's, if my brain's not in the right spot, just don't go. What's the point? Um, so it's just been payday, so I have um, resupplied groceries and things of that nature. Um, I probably spent more money than well, I don't know if I did that much more, but I did get a little bit. Um, More supplies because I'm near grocery outlets and what's the other store? Oh, and I went into Fred Meyer's for the first time. Man, that was like going into an old mall, just like hours and hours and hours of, okay, I'm walking around, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Whew, big store. Not horrible, but yes, big store. And so it's a little chilly. So, let's see. So I was able to buy a few grocery items that often are awfully expensive for me, that are more expensive at Walmart than they were at the grocery outlet. And so I went ahead and got a few extras because I don't know how long I'm going to be near these particular stores. So I thought, like Miracle Rice, they had a lot of it at this. Um, at the grocery outlet for $1.49. So I bought, you know, I normally would buy one or two in a month because they're closer to $3.99 or $4.50 or something like that. And I can't afford to eat them all the time. But when they're $1.49, I think I bought five, and there were a couple other items. I'm not using things the way I thought I was gonna. It's funny how the old habits come back to you when you've been off the road and then get back on the road. And I'm so happy in the car, but I'm so happy that I'm not, and I don't want this to sound strange for somebody else, but I'm so happy that I'm not homeless in the car, or I'm not running or hiding from an unsafe person like I was some of the other times I've been out here. I just enjoy living outside. And I wish that people were nicer to each other and to the world so that we would not have had so many places closed to us for us to overnight camp. Like when I get tired and I'm driving a long time, or like I feel like my headlights are a little dim. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's my older eyes. But I think I could use some brighter light bulbs or something. And so last driving around at 11 o'clock at night in the dark, I was like, yeah, I'd rather not do this. So having those quick places to just pull in and just rest for a little bit. And then when you're a little more fresh and a little more daylight, you just go. But whatever. Thank you, Iris. I'm realizing this is a good color for me and it's something I like. And if I tip this, even my lawn chair is this color. So, and my lawn chair is way too big for carrying in this car, but it's what I've done because I'm using what I have. Okay, question. Mojave Bohemian asked me, do you ever sleep over at the rest areas along major highways? Well, the highways in Oregon are odd. I don't really understand their highway system that well. I guess you'd get used to it. But you pull out of a residential street where it's like 25 miles an hour and people are going 65, and you don't have like but a couple of seconds to just like be going as fast as them. And then you're driving along on the highway and it says 40-mile an hour zone. And I'm like, what? And it goes down to 40, then it goes down to 35, then it goes to 25, and then it goes back up. That's to me 2-lane road stuff. I don't understand, but whatever. It's what's here. And I'm glad for the new experience. So I'm not finding rest areas along these kind of highways. Now, on the East Coast, it's been a long time since I've been over there. But I grew up on the East Coast and off of I 95, you know, uh, and off of Route 1. There's old picnic areas and there were rest areas. I mean, like actual rest areas. Speed trap. Um, I have overnighted in rest areas off of I-40 in Arizona. Like between me and Flagstaff, there's a rest area, and I got no problem with if I needed to sleep there, I would. Um, what I have found is I do have a belief in something, a faith, and so I pray, I ask for assistance, I think through that I've done everything in my humanly whatever power that I can, and then I lock the doors and I say, it's you, God, you got this. I'm going to go sleep. Let me rest. So when I get up, I'm fresh. And I have only one night had a weird thing happen years ago, maybe in 2013, somewhere on the trip from I-40. I'm guessing it was, I don't know, Texas, Oklahoma area, something like that. I'm not sure. Um, but I pulled into a place like that to sleep, and it just I kept worrying. The cars were driving awfully close to the back end of my vehicle, and I kept going, I keep hearing all these voices, and my gas cap doesn't lock, and I'm so worried. That was on Old Nantucket. And it was like I just couldn't sleep. And I finally I rested for a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm taking a power nap for like 20 minutes. Setting the timer on the phone, locking the doors, God take care of this. And then 20 minutes when the alarm went off, I said, okay, time to go again. Took a deep breath, got in the driver's seat and moved because I could not rest in that place. And then after that, I bought a lock and gas cap, which is probably wise right now. Um, you so okay, Mojave. Uh, I want to ask you too. Where in Apache County? Are you in Concho or did you come out near me? Um, you were thinking of the I-40 rest stops. Yes, I would so do that. I think that's safe, that's wise, but sort of, if you feel like taking my cues on that one, just take a deep breath, find a place where you're comfortable parking, comfortable enough, and then do your prayers or whatever it is, or your good thoughts to the universe or whatever it is you do, and just lock the doors and sleep. And if you're finding that you can't uh, get rested, then set a timer and just take a few minutes to you know to take advantage of that rest, and then move to a place where you feel more safe. Oh, so you're in Concho, okay. uh Witchwell's quite a bit further up 191, in case Witchwell is at the intersection of 191 and 61, south of I-40. So, hi, Jules. Good to hear from you. Good to see you on here this morning. Um, let's see. So if I was going from Concho and going across I-40 toward California, the way you're thinking of doing, can I call you MB for short, or just call you Mojave? Um, the I would kind of aim toward Winslow, and then Winslow you can overnight at the Walmart. Don't overdo it, be reasonable with the way you do it, but overnight at the Winslow. Then if you only want to go a couple of, depends on your health and what your choices are about how long you're going to drive. I am agreeing with my doctor that maybe it's wise that we pretend we have a dog and every 2 hours stop and walk, even if it's only a 15-20 minute walk. But that might be smart for our bodies. Maybe if you're younger and you do that, you won't end up with back owies when you're older. I don't know, but I'm going to do those kind of things. So for me, I would go from Witchwell to maybe Winslow. I might go further. I mean, come on, Flagstaff's only 3 hours away, but there's a rest area. I could go to the rest area. I've done that. I then have gone up to Flagstaff and around the general Flagstaff area. There's lots of free camping, and I would pull off at one of those locations. Um, I was trying to think. Out in the Snow Bowl area near Williams. Well, it's before Williams. Um, they just had that bad fire went through there. Um, oh yes, there you go. And I don't prefer driving at night either, but I will when I If it's appropriate, I will. And of course, being back on the road, the more you do things, the more you get used to it again, and it doesn't even bother after a while. So I spent some time before the fires were really bad around that um, hmm, which forest was it? Around that snow bowl area on some of those back roads up near Flagstaff. And then we went on to Williams to be even more safe. And then from Williams, I went on. And I have a bad habit of putting in a lot of hours, and we don't need to. And especially when we're on the road a lot. Geez, just go a couple hours, take a walk, make lunch in a park. Look ahead of time if you want to and have a general idea where you want to go. I often always, well, I didn't this time, but I forgot I had that in my ear. I really like the Little America in Flagstaff's shower situation. And sometimes when I'm going through Flagstaff, I just plan to spend the 12 or $15 to go take a shower at Little America because of how cool it is. And if you ever do that, take notes. Don't share it too much because we don't want to lose if the wrong person goes in there and trashes the place, we're going to lose the ability to go use some of these places. But that was great. Um, and Kingman, I did quite a bit of time in Kingman once, hanging around some friends, and there's quite a bit of homeless people there. And the Walmart parking lot gets rather busy. So, but the Big Lots parking lot is actually a pretty good one for an overnight, and it's right close to the gas stations and I-40, so you can get right back on. Okay, so that's that piece. Um, I didn't make notes today. um, oh yes. Missing the night driving and missing the scenery. Yes, but take another mental note about that. If you're afraid of heights and you're afraid of roads that have like very steep embankments or mountain passes that are drive at night when you don't have to see that and you're following the road and the lines on the road. And if you're really scared, that's a good way for us fraidy cat people to do some of those scary things. Because I'm a fraidy cat sometimes. Um, one of those little videos, I think I put it out already, but one of those little videos, I had gone up this really cool 2-track dirt road. And I even got up, there was a little rock slide thing and some loose rocks in the road. Got past that and I can't see the end of the road. I'm not like at the top or anything. I don't know where I'm going. Hi, Nashville. I don't know where I'm going, but anyways, I'm I'm like, I don't know where this road goes. But the tires started to slip in the loose rocks. And I was like, oh no, if I go up anymore and it slips more, I don't know how I'm gonna get back down. And it can't turn around because it's only the little 2-track. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. What if it's not a vehicle trail? What if it's a side by side trail? So I backed down the hill 3/4 of a mile, being really careful, touch the brakes, take your foot off the brakes so you don't heat them up too much, right? But Alaska, yay, Alaska. So, So yeah, that whole I'm a fraidy cat sometimes. I'm only going and that was one of those roads where there was this real steep thing. But you know what? I backed down. My skills are still good, but I was alone. I don't have a winch. If the vehicle rolled over, if I couldn't stop it from slipping and it slid backwards. I don't know. So I don't, being alone in that situation, I'm gonna err on the side of safety. So I'm not gonna do that. What did I just see? Yeah, Mojave, you had your headlights polished. You know what? I have the original glass headlights on mine. So my plastic doesn't need polishing. I have glass. I'm going to keep that. But I read a couple of things on some um, Facebook. Yeah, I got back on Facebook, but not as a public Simply Lesa thing. Um, and anyways, on some of those and some of the tracker forums, so the Zuki tracker things forums and Facebook groups, and other people were talking about how their headlights were dim as well, and they just got new light bulbs. And so I haven't figured out how to change my light bulbs yet, but I think it's $28. I can get a set of two like LED light bulbs that might fit mine. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But I don't do enough night driving right now for it to be a big problem. So, being careful there. Hi Becky from Indianapolis. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you all are here. Um, Iris, or Three Generations, I am so grateful that she and my other buddy, Brian, who I haven't seen today on here, have become my moderators to help me out when I'm trying to do this. Having Greg here, he's very encouraging with things. I kind of wish Greg would travel with me a little more. Well, we'll see what happens. But I have his extra phone right now, so I'm able to see the chats in the timing you see it on the other phone as I'm watching me on this phone, doing my thing. A way to adapt to LED uses a different voltage, I believe. Yeah, Mary, for my headlights, they actually a set of the bulbs for my lights. Now you could buy the whole headlight assembly and change the headlight assembly for my tracker for like $200. But I don't want to. I have the original glass headlights. So I just want to switch bulbs, I think. And then eventually I'll add a light bar for lighting up campground spaces and things for finding for off-road nighttime stuff that I don't do a whole lot with yet. Um, yeah. Thank you, Mojave. Um, I Yeah, I like the light bar idea because if you ever have to get up in the middle of the night and go somewhere or something, um, eh, eh, it's so easy in the dark in the woods, okay, or in a very rural area to not see a dip, a big hole, and hit it too hard with the car, and then you risk other damage. So, I'm always erring on the side of safety and be careful because it's cheaper if you're careful and you maintain things well. It's just like not having too many things. It just solves problems. Just you don't have those problems. Um, let's see. So, other things I wanted to talk about. Love Overland and love the community. Thought I was going to be camping with some Overlander buddies, but we just haven't connected yet. So perhaps after the 4th of July, kind of getting in the way. Um, oh yeah, I had a birthday. I'm all of 64. Um, I have gotten to be this old. Let's see. I probably, because of the 4th of July and because of the uh, Overland Expo coming up after that, I probably will get to travel more with those other YouTube buddy people and overland people. I probably get to do more of that after the event because it's just not working out right now. And I'm not trying to push things. Things will happen in their right time. That's the way, in my experience, that's the way the world is. Um, so I'm in Bend. I did go to McLean's Metalworks, the hammock stand factory, and I met up with Chris and his coworker. And I'm going to go see them after the 4th, but before the Overland Expo. We're still trying to determine the best way for me to add the hammock stand onto the car. And I agree with him that the most expensive one he has folds up and rides right on the car, and you don't have to remove it. The extra long, little bit cheaper one, you can let part of it rides in your receiver hitch, and then the poles come out and they have to ride inside. And I agree with him. The fold up one is the best idea for this vehicle. And but we would like to have me have a front receiver hitch, trailer hitch. And my back one's not even, well, my back one is a 1 1/4, not a 2 inch. And I could get an adapter, but there's this whole little funky thing going on. So Chris is going to help. We're going to try it on my vehicle a couple different ways using the tire accessory as well and see what will be best for this car and show his product off the best. And then I will decide how much of my little tiny income this month I can afford to give him so that I can walk away with one. That's kind of the plan. Um, uh, oh, Becky, what did you just said? You sold your RV because it was too much for you. I want to get in the car and just drive. I love that, Becky. I didn't see any other comments at this point, but I love that. See, I had Vantucket when I first came out here at this trip in 2011. Honestly, I don't like driving big vehicles at all. The Tracker, this time when I was down near Paisley, Oregon, what a cool little town that is. But when I was down in that area, I'm driving on these really windy country roads. And the signs are like caution signs that say curvy or windy country roads. Be careful, they're mountain roads. And there were gates that they can close in the wintertime. Well, I was like, in this vehicle, I'm not afraid to drive those roads. In lots of other vehicles, I'm scared I'm too wide. If somebody else meets me, I'm scared I'm not going to fit and I'm going to get pushed off the side. That freaks me out. So, and I know some of this sounds a little, I was going to say, I bet this sounds mentally ill. Guess what? It doesn't. This is a very human thing. And I'm not like super afraid of heights, but there's some things, that are make you nervous. So I just the freedom of being able to just kind of move a couple of, well, I prefer to not have to move things. Moving things around is a pain in the butt. And so when you can just like flip, and your bed's out and you can go to sleep, oh, just go drive, take a walk somewhere. I just love this part of it. I love being able to, oh, Mary, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Um, Thank you for remembering that I do have super chats and I have super thanks on all my videos. And I do need to go back in and double check that everything's monetized properly. I have to do that periodically because doing it with your phone, it doesn't just automatically set these things up for me. So, oh, that's so. Thank you so much, Mary. Mary, do you have any specific questions you'd like me to answer? I'd be more than happy to answer a special question for you. Um, oh, okay. Mojave, the hammock stand. No, we're not talking the hammock itself because hammocks you can buy anywhere kind of cheap. But the hammock stand, the one that, you pull the things out and click, 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 and it folds up and it rides in the receiver hitch all the time. $600. Expensive. $600. The other ones that go together with poles. And so there's a piece rides in your receiver hitch, and then the poles are come in and out. And so you put the poles inside the vehicle. Those are closer to $300, I believe. And then I do not suggest, if you would like to be a hammock camper, I do not suggest that you look at the hammock stand. Uh, is that what it's called? The Swiftlet. I don't. But if you just want a hammock stand along with you for recreational use, like hanging out in the hammock during the day or using it as a hammock chair, that Swiftlet by the hammock company. Now, McLean, which is doing adventure hammock systems, they are selling that hammock stand as well. But the little Swiftlet hammock stand is not appropriate for somebody who's a professional style hammock camper. Like when I hammock camped on the Appalachian Trail, you, sometimes your hammocks are 12 feet long and they won't fit on those little stands. You end up with, I think the Swiftlet stand at its widest, your hammock is like slung through a couple of little U-shaped things. And so the fabric of the hammock goes in the U-shaped thing down over the side. So you lose some of this. I think it's only 8 feet from end to end. So you're only going to like hang out in the park in it. You're not going to like sleep in this in a storm or something. And so to get the 12-foot length and to put your ridge line up so that you can have a mosquito cocoon and a properly fitting tarp for nasty weather. You've either got to have the XL with the tarp poles, or you've got to have the expensive flip out one. Of course, the expensive flip out one is the one I'd love to have on the front of the rig because then I wouldn't have to carry anything inside. But we will see. And the company has Chris and his wife. I forgot her name. Anyway, Chris has so graciously given me a very sweet discount. So no matter what I get, I am not paying full price for it. And it doesn't matter whether he did that for me or not. I was going to talk about his hammock stands anyways, because I have, since the first time I ever saw one, I was like, oh, that's the bomb. I want one of those. But I didn't think it was possible, and I didn't really need it in those moments. But on this rig, oh yeah, extra place to sleep, couch, whatever. Okay, so that's a lot of that stuff. I'm feeling like I need to regroup my thoughts again. Um, so I updated you on my health. Budget wise, I have to be careful with my budget when I'm traveling because there's so much more stuff available that I see stuff and I'm like, oh, I wish I could have one of those. Oh, that's cool. Oh, how come? And then I go, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Do I need it? No. Does it fit my priorities? No. Okay. You know. And so I talk myself out of it. And I've gotten good at talking myself out of buying things. or waiting 24 hours and then going back. If it's still there, let's see. Um, so I've gotten pretty good at that, but I bought myself a new shirt yesterday. Bye. Have a good trip when you go, Mojave. Um, so yeah, not so I bought a new shirt the other day, and not a $3 Walmart one. I bought one at the Columbia outlet. Um, I bought a few extra groceries, but things that I needed. Oh, and I found Fred Meyer's had this huge section to me of Bob's Red Mill Foods, and they had teff seeds. Teff, Teff, teff seeds. When you cook this up, it's not the color of cream of wheat. But when you cook this up, it feels like cream of wheat, and I can't have gluten and wheat. So that's special. Special. I thought I was going to have to order it from Amazon, and I didn't know where I wanted to send it, and so I was just holding off and holding off and holding off. I need to order shoes again too. My soles are giving out on these shoes. I've had them for 2 years, so yay. Um, okay. What else do I need to talk about? Oh, Greg taught me some stuff about how to wax my car. You know, my paint job's not perfect to start with. But so I've been working on a little bit at a time, waxing at the car. It gives me another exercise, right? Wax on, wax off, or whatever. And the car's starting to actually have a little shine to it. I am eventually, I have some loose plans. I don't know when the budget will have this, but my loose plans are that sometime maybe in a year that I can have this painted with bed liner, and we will do bumpers and all. I don't know if I will change my bumpers out for steel bumpers or something, because I'm not sure about what I want that way. I'm really trying to get my hammock stand situation figured out first, because it's one of the heavier pieces. Well, it's not that heavy, but what we decide for that, and financially right now, because I'm right here near the factory, it saves me all that shipping cost. But plus I have Chris's metal workshop. There were a couple of things he mentioned. I don't know if I can afford to have him do a couple of things for me, but if it's something we can work out, I will. Um, but so I don't know that I want to or I need to change my bumpers out right now. I don't know about that. I would like to have a 2-inch receiver on both the rear and the front. That way, whatever configurations and things I want to do, I can. Um, and I've seen 2 or 3 really cool overlander trackers out here, but I didn't have my phone with me, so we didn't get any pictures. Um, oh, cool. Oh, I thought I saw that too, that you were, Iris, that you were looking at a cargo van. Were you looking at a trailer too? Oh, goodness, girl. I, personally, I don't like towing. I can tow. I don't want to. Ken, I just see the comment, my money management. Would you like me to talk more about that? Um, it's harder when I'm out here because I see more stuff. So I have to. I do this big thing with priorities are how I make my decisions. I decide who I want to be, what I want that to look like, and then I base all my decisions on those priorities. And so for a lot of years, my priorities has been my health. And so the money that I needed to spend, a lot was on groceries, trying to be healthier, or on, whatever those things were. So I've got a better handle on the whole, food thing for myself. So that's not as challenging. I have been trying to simplify it, and being back on the road. I'm still struggling with the power pack I have. The cord won't stay plugged in for the refrigerator, so it pops out all the time. And so I got sick of plugging it back in 6 times a day or whatever it was. So I was like, you know what? Let me make sure my battery pack is full. And I just unplugged the fridge, and it has water bottles in it right now, for now. That doesn't mean I'm never going to use it. I'm just right now trying to figure out, did Greg showed me something the other day where there's a way to tuck something in and try to keep it from um, popping out. Anyways, so I put a little spacer thing in it. So I'm gonna try that, but not yet, because right now I just got frustrated with it. Um, oh, okay, I see. I understand what you're saying, for them to move from Florida to Arkansas. Yep. Um, and I'm so glad you're getting a chance to go look at a van. I know that's really important to you, Iris. And I hope that if it's the right one for you, you go for it. And then you want to have me help consult on your moving into it, you just get a hold of me. I do not mind. We could do lots of pictures, we can do video chats, and I can consult on people's vehicles. I don't mind at all. I do have a lot of experience out here, and I'm doing really well. Um, my bed is even more comfortable than it was, and it's the super simplest little bed situation that I've got. I wish that Goose Gear would do something. Well, thank you, Kenneth. I'll take that brilliant pat on the back. Okay. Um, um, I wish Goose Gear would help me build a platform, a seat delete platform for the back of my rig. They're not going to. They are concentrating on only doing seat deletes for actual Wrangler vehicles. And I think maybe Toyotas, Land, what are they called? Land Cruisers. Um, because they're trying to make sure that they can kick those out, they can get them out of the factory fast enough. Um, Goose Gear, if you don't know, from the overlanding world, Goose Gear is a company that figured out how to remove rear seats out of a vehicle, especially Wranglers, and then build a false floor over all the open space once you remove the rear seat. And then in that space, there's little cubby doors that are hinged so that you can use it all for storage down inside. And so they customized it a little, and it fits around the wheel wells, and it's a really cool system. So it is what I'd like to do to the back of the tracker, just not all the way sure how and what materials to use. I would love to keep it as lightweight as possible, and the plywood's not going to work. So it's too heavy for one, and it's kind of an annoyance. Uh, but if I could do like an aluminum frame and then have some powder coated something, I will leave that open to. I don't know if I can get Overland Bound. Let's see, Michael and Corey's friend Parnell. I don't know if I can get him to help me figure it out, but I need help with that one. because it's a little beyond my skill level. I can do a lot, and I have a makeshift thing that kind of works, and I've tucked storage all around. But uh, Goose Gear. If you look at Overland or Overland Expo ads, you'll see that there's always an ad for the Goose Gear systems. Yeah, they do a seat delete thing that's really super cool. Um, in fact, I think the Epic Family Road Trip family, I think when they put the new Safari XLs on their two Jeeps, they did goose gear floors and then put that new system on. That new system adds a little extra onto the four-door Wrangler, like 15 inches extra sticking out, and then goes up and has a wedge style roof. Expensive, but nice. And they really did a good job with their two vehicles on that. Let's see. What else? Um, I am getting ready for my classes at Overland Expo, starting to really, solidify what I want to talk about in my classes. I'm doing a new class up there this time on designing your travel lifestyle. And what I'm bringing up in that is my personal project plan stuff. You make your project and you design the life you want to have, and you figure out what that's going to look like, and you go that way. And so you do your investments that way, you do your, so your money's going to go that way, instead of instead of me buying yeah, I don't know, clothes, okay, instead of me buying a I don't know, funky, I, I don't know, I can't think of anything. Instead of me buying a denim shirt, I'm gonna buy athletic wear shirts because I'm outside all the time and I need to layer things up. Sometimes I sleep in my clothes. So, I need things that are gonna last a while and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, we're gonna do a designing your life, your adventure lifestyle class. I'm also doing, budget gear and micro vehicle showing this off, and I'm hoping to have a little more of a project plan for the tracker so I can show people where I'm headed with this. So the next time they see it, they can see the progress and go, "Oh, you did do that thing. Oh, you're no longer using that thing you already had. Now you're doing blah 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 because you were able to, increase your income or whatever it was. And things are better." So people are starting to drive around. So I'm waving at people. So yeah, in fact, I really would like to have a sun hoodie. Um, I think a sun hoodie would be useful. I got quite a sunburn on my arm driving, um, and so then I found well, I have an old cotton summer long sleeve shirt thing. Anyways, it's real flowery, and you guys have seen it. It's lavender. I was like, it's the only long sleeve that's not hot. I'm wearing that so I don't get any more sunburn. So I did that. Yeah. Um, let's see what else. Um, and with my health issues, it's my job to keep me healthy. So if food works, do it. If walking more works, do it. So if investing in the right foods is the thing to do, then I'm doing it. Oh, and I'll show you something else I got myself. Sort of as a, well, I don't really do birthdays like average Americans do, but I got myself a birthday present anyways. I actually like white clothes, white shirts. And if I had the right white shirts, I certainly would be wearing more. But girls, okay, you guys close your ears. But girls, good Lord, finding bras for out here, and as you age, what a pain in the butt. All right, we'll some other day, some private conversation on that one. I got myself a little tiny cast iron pan. I haven't shown Greg, who's over here next door, but sort of for my birthday, I got the teeny tiniest little
Oh, that's
cast
so
iron.
cute.
It is cute, and I will be able to use this even on sterno. But I can. I think I can make myself a little tiny pizza with my ingredients. That because I can't buy pizza. Again, I'm not going to be paralyzed for a piece of pizza. But anyway, so I got that. Yeah, I'm a stove and pan geek, so that's the way that is. I think this was made for might have been sold for one of those, making a big cookie things. But forget the cookies. I can't eat cookies. Well, okay. I bought not cookies, but I bought walnut fig bars. And they're just two ingredients, walnuts and figs. I've had that before. It's delicious. Um, let's see. Okay, let's see. What was that? Love your class plans. It's about decisions in your proven to be wise with yours. Thank you, Kenneth. I think that it really is our responsibility to be radically independent because I cannot depend on somebody else taking care of me. God gave me the reins of my human life. And when I screw up, I screw up. When I make decisions, it's my fault, my decision, my whatever, you know. But once even our children get to be adults, then what they do with what they were handed then becomes theirs. And so if we carry on as radically independent, I do the best I can for me. If you see me screw up and you say, hey, do you know that that might not help you with what you're doing? I can choose to say, yeah, but I want it so bad I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to suffer the consequence. Or, oh, oh, well, I hope I just see that technical difficulties. Hopefully I didn't lose my microphone. I can't I can't tell. I hope I didn't lose it. But we've been oh, you can hear me. Okay, so some of you can hear me. All right. All right. So it's probably not my microphone. Thank you, Sarah. Um so another thing that I've done today is I needed to be able to have a comfortable place to talk to you all this morning. And so Google Maps is good in a lot of the world. It's not very good in Apache County, but it's really good in a lot of the world. So, while I'm out traveling, punch in Google Maps, park with bathroom. And I came up with, 4 or 5 within 5 or 6 miles or something like that. So picked one, drive over there, see what's going on. And because today I'm um, hanging with Greg. Greg came back up to see me again. So kind of hanging with Greg today. We wanted to make sure we had certain amenities while we were here. And so there's, some dumpsters and there's bathrooms and there's people. I'm hearing people play. Well, I can't tell what they're playing, whether it's soccer or I don't know. Sounds like a ball or something. I saw where they have those frisbee net things, those metal frisbee net things. I, somebody's going to know the name of what that's called, but um, yeah. Um, all right. Did I touch on the things I needed to. What else would you guys like to know today? Anybody else got another question for me? And if anybody would like to, please remember that I do have the super chats and the super thanks. You can buy me a coffee, you can do whatever. But, all of these do help me. Frisbee golf, that's it. Yeah. Um, it's big in Flagstaff, too. Yeah. I never got into that. Who knows? Um, oh, and here in Bend, they have a river that like runs through town. So they did like walkways along it, right? And places where people can get down in the water. And then of course there's the whole like riverfront um standard touristy, more expensive shops like I don't know what. And restaurants and stuff, right? And so I did get a chance to go over there. People get in inner tubes and just float down the river. How cool is that? There were a lot of people there. I can't even imagine what that's going to be like on the actual fourth. That's going to be kind of crazy. But it's very pretty, and some people had their kayaks in, so it wasn't just inner tubes. Oh, and there were funky looking inner tubes. Like, there was one that looked like a pelican, and something else looked like a tiger. They're funny. Um, and then, of course, the rental ones, which were way too expensive. What else was going on down there? Oh, but people on paddle boards. I still love the idea of a paddleboard. I don't know if I could ever get strong enough to do that again. Um, Oh, I should tell you this other thing about my health. It might be my version of MS because I understand MS doesn't really like it's different with everybody from what I understand. But I've had a good month of, oh, my leg is weak. Oh, my balance is off. I wonder if I should climb the ladder today, right? Oh, I don't know if I can reach the top of the roof of my car because I don't know that I can stand up there like I want to, climbing on the car or something. Well, the other morning I woke up and I knew I was strong enough to do anything. And I was like, oh, where did this come from? I haven't had this in a while, and it hasn't gone away. So I don't know. Maybe I just had an MS flare up for the last couple of months, and I didn't even know it. It's there's a learning curve here because I didn't have terms for what I had before. So to me, that was really good news. And I said that because I was thinking about something else and now I've lost where I was going. Okay, I wanted to make sure I talked about overlanding, why I love it. I just love driving on dirt roads. It is so much fun. It really is fun to, go places and then go, I did that. I got across that thing. And y'all, you know, I don't care. I'm 64 and I did it, So I have MS and I did that, you know. And now I can even talk about having hiked on the Appalachian Trail and I can say, geez, I hiked on the Appalachian Trail and not only was I homeless, but I had MS and didn't know it. So that's a big deal. so um I don't know what else I want to talk to you guys about today. Um Greg, I'm gonna holler at you. I know you're off camera, but did anything I need to tell them? My what?
Your age, it's your birthday.
Yeah, I told him already. Yeah, I already told him I was 64. So old now. Um uh yeah, things are going good. Um I'm having a ball. I'm seriously considering spending the $50 on the dash camera that John that drives anything has mentioned. It attaches to that. Oh, it was my birthday. Actually, it was Wednesday. So, so I'm 64 officially. Yeah, old lady here. Whatever. You're I ain't old, but whatever. So okay, I distracted my own self. Okay. I can't think of anything else. Oh, the camera. Yes, yes. Um so the camera is a dash cam that for $50 at Walmart, and I think it's the ONN company. It might be Panasonic. I forgot. I have to look it up again. But John that drives anything is the guy who introduced me to the whole thing on his YouTube channel. He and I chat back and forth. He has a tracker too, and but he's trying to preserve his, and I'm preserving mine, but I'm going to use it. There's no point in preserving something and never using it, in my opinion. So you have things so you can use them. So we gonna use my baby. Um, anyway, so it comes in the box for the $50 or $40 or whatever it is. Comes even the thing to attach it to the window, and it attaches underneath your mirror, I believe. And I don't remember how big the screen is, 3 inches or something, but it has double things. So you can, he was saying if you were an Uber driver, you could see the people in the back seat as well as record. It records every few seconds what's in front of you. But if you want to save, you can put a larger SD card in it. And then if you want to save the pictures that it's taking in front of you, you could hit a button and it won't record over it. And so that's I really think I need to spend the $50 because I've been driving along and going, oh, you guys should see and go. I can't pick up the phone to take the picture. There's no way. So I think that would be really a good thing to add to what I have. And I wish that my phone company had not turned my old phone into a brick because I would have kept using the camera from the old phone as a camera, and now I don't even have it because they made it so it wouldn't even work. So I could buy a second phone. This having the extra phone over here on the side with chat on it's kind of nice. Okay, I don't know what else to tell you all today. I have been lonely. I have wondered about stopping at some more uh, animal shelters to see what's available, but I just think I want a Yorkie if I'm going to do that. But I don't know whether I want to add that back in. The freedom of not having an animal is just as lovely. So, yeah, and Iris, the traffic, I have enough to do to maneuver this older, not quite as fast, um, high profile, little vehicle. I have enough to do driving down the road to not try to pick up a phone and try to get pictures. That's like dangerous. So I'm not doing that. And my car is little. I'm loving it though. I really am loving it. I wish it was just a little bit heavier. That getting blown in high winds is scary. The storm yesterday, because in Arizona we don't get a lot of storms sometimes. So I'm not sure. The storm thing, I was fine. Oh, check to make sure that your back slider windows are closed. Note to self, Lesa, rain got inside my car because I had not closed the back slider window all the way. I didn't notice it was open because it only opened a little tiny bit. So before I drive away in the mornings, make sure my windows are closed. That was a little bit of a thing. And it was really loud. That hail was loud on the car. I was like, oh. So Well, I got a little video of that because I had to sit in the car for a little bit. And where I had just pulled into the parking space when that started, I had noticed that beside me was the dip for the drain in the parking lot. And I remember thinking, I want to stay on the high side of that. I was so glad I did. Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, it does. The wind does, and big RVs and stuff too. But as much as it does, I don't want to get blown into another lane. That's a very scary when it yanks it out of your hand kind of thing. Yeah, so I do watch the wind and the weather now. Uh, that's for me. That's a factor. We have gone over an hour. I appreciate y'all so much. I am so happy for our Sunday lives, Simply Lives with Simply Lesa on Sundays. This has always been, this is so much fun for me. Uh, I don't know what else, anything else I can answer for anybody today before I sign off and get some breakfast. I don't think I want more coffee. I think I just want breakfast. Getting hungry. Well, breakfast. I know. I ate the little bag of turkey jerky, but I'm still hungry. So I didn't do much dinner. Oh yeah. And happy 4th of July. Y'all have a safe, careful weekend. Be careful driving around if you're out on the roads. Alaska Highway in Canada. Doing surveys by swag bucks. Easy is doing surveys, but I don't know anything about swag bucks. I have no idea about swag bucks. I've been trying to do this YouTube thing, hoping it would help me with income. It's, don't try to get rich off of YouTube. I don't see how that's ever going to happen. um, so, yeah, I don't know much about. I think I was trying to think. Is it Creative RV? It's the woman with the really short black hair, has a big RV. I think she has classes, little things, um, little videos on how to work on the road. And I think hers are good from what other people have told me. I'm just not in that space. I've had so many other things. I'm so grateful for travel and trips and the change in perspective it gives me. And so I hope that something I've said today is encouraging or, yeah, creative RV living. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I think I'll take a look at swag bucks, but I don't know anything about it. Oh, and Amazon affiliates, I'm not getting any money out of that either. Yeah, I found out I had two stores and that nobody was visiting them according to Amazon. So I know some of you were trying to, so I don't know how that all works anymore. I'm tired of, you, you know, I'm retirement age. Do I really have to work that hard? I just need a couple $100 a month and and life could be even better. But you know what? If it's not, it's okay. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. That's lovely. Um, so I think I'm gonna. Oh, roller skaters. One of them's inline skates, but the other one's actual roller skates, like with four wheels. Just went by me. So, yeah, looks like it's a cool park to be around today. I see a lot of people walking dogs and putzing around. Oh, when we first drove in, there was a samurai. parked beside another vehicle with a rooftop tent. Don't know much about that, but whatever. I've got a little more organization to do today. I need to finish putting some of my groceries away. I didn't finish doing that. I think Greg has cleaned his car, and he might even be like rubbing wax on or something. I don't know. But I guess y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you next week, 9:30, Sunday morning. This schedule is kind of nice. It works for me, and y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful week. Be safe out there if you travel on the 4th of July. 4th of July traffic can be crazy. Be careful in your campsites. Clean up. Leave the place. Hi, Jill. Leave your campsite better than you found it. Do not expect someone else to pick up your trash and run it to the dump. Park rangers are not dump people. So take your trash with you. Bag it small. Take care of things. Protect the earth. Be careful of fire. Anything else I need to say about that? You are, Jill, but you can always go back in a little bit and watch what we talked about. Um, but it's so good to see you, and this has been Simply Lisa, coming to you from Bend, Oregon. Long way from home, but fun. So y'all have a good one, and talk to y'all soon. Ciao.